Tuesday evening. My name's Sean, and as ever, we are bringing you the Planet Cruise TV show. I love doing this show, as many of you know, and it's been running now, I think it's about 8 years. But tonight, we've got some last-minute offers. We've got some of the best prices I've seen in a long, long time, actually. And a chance to sail with me in October to see how short I really am in real life. But we're also joined again by our wonderful Justin, who also has been presenting the show quite a number of years now.
I'm back! Have you missed me?
I have missed you.
You haven't even asked where I've been.
Well, we haven't had time. We've been talking about cruises.
I've been on my trip. I've been to New York.
Oh.
But I can't tell you about it until the next time it's actually on the cruise show.
Oh, very exciting.
Yeah, all I can say is the next time we do have a cruise that goes to New York, I found some fantastic places. But you know, I'm really excited about tonight.
We have got such a good show, haven't we?
Yeah, really good show.
Just looking at here, we've got some brand new ships.
Yeah, brand new ships. We've got Moira joining us from Cruise and Maritime as well, which, funnily enough, was actually the first ever cruise ship that I ever went on. So we've got some really nice nostalgic memories there. We've got great value, an outside cabin for £54 a night with Thomson. And again, for those...
It is, isn't it? £54?
Yeah, and that's outside cabin. And again, for the regular viewers that know Thomson deals, that's just going to absolutely book out like you wouldn't believe. And then on top of that, we've got, at the end, we have got a phenomenal once-in-a-lifetime trip. If you ever want to go and see the Great Wall of China, opportunity as well to see pandas as well and go over to China, just a great cruise at the end.
Hang on, Justin, you've forgotten to mention a chance to sail with me, with celebrity. Don't all laugh upstairs. A lot of people would like to sail with me. But the great thing is, with celebrity, we've got a price starting at £779, and that's for 10 nights.
Yeah, no, to be fair,
it's honestly brilliant. It really is. And before we begin that, I want to say a big thank you to everyone that came to the Planet Cruise holiday show in Brighton on Sunday. Everyone missed you, Justin. I've got to say they did, honestly. But can I just say, big thank you to everyone that attended. We had a massive turnout, actually. Loads of lovely people, and I want to say big thank you to the family on the left, because Doris is at the front. She's 9 years old, and she's done 2 cruises this year already with Sylvia and Simon. And I think it's just lovely that she's going away, still enjoying the cruising at the grand age of 90. Keith's there at the bottom with our lovely Ruth, and thank you, of course, to Linda as well, that you can see there on the middle picture and to the right as well. So thank you to everybody that attended. We had a great time, and it was lovely to get your feedback about the show as well.
Yeah,
got loads of regulars that tune in every Tuesday to see us, Justin.
I'm still waiting for my invite for the next cruise show, but funnily enough, I got recognised. And I must say, I'm never one to sort of... But I have to actually say hello to a couple of people. I've got to say hello to Mick and Joan Wiltshire and Mac and Velma, who are big fans of the show. Fabulous. So that's my little fan club. There you go. Oh, and so Danny and Lucy down in Dorking as well.
Very good. So. Can I say a final hello to Yvonne and Peter, who are there as well? Right, we better crack on there.
Do you want to say happy birthday to... No.
No! We've got such good deals. Seriously, we think we're going to have one of the busiest shows ever tonight. And we're going to start off with MSC, brand new ship. She's not even she's not set sail. They actually had the coin ceremony on the 2nd of February, and she's due to leave the Fincantieri shipyard later on this year. So, we've never really talked about the coin ceremony, have we? No.
So this is where it's tradition that you put a series of coins underneath the keel plate. Sometimes they'll weld them in, but it's supposed to give good luck to wherever the ship goes. So it's a big deal, and it's also a commitment, because this is the second in this particular series. So like we've got the Vista class ship or the Grand class ship with Princess, with MSC this is going to be the Seaside class of ship. So you've got the Seaside, which is a sister ship, and this is the Sea View. And straight away, when you see her, really dramatically different in the design, fantastic array of outside cabins, but I love the open deck space, and I love the rear end of the ship. The aft end that you've got here is just stunning.
Wow.
Really is stunning.
Well, we've actually got a little clip of film to show you more. So she's not even finished yet. She's going to be having her maiden season next year.
Yeah, and this will be inaugural season. So if you like, I mean, look at it looks like somewhere like a resort from Florida, and look at all this ocean. It reminds me of like a yacht club at the back of the ship.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
You know, a really private, nice area. And one of the things with MSC on this particular ship, it's one of the most connected ships in the world. They've actually got location bracelets. They've got apps that you can download as well. So everything is 24 hours. You can book your restaurants, you can book your tours, your concierge, all through the app. and there's also interactive features with the onboard photographers. But the actual rooms are fantastic. This is actually some of the footage of the sister ship, the Seaside. But again, identical platforms or the same chassis as the ship itself.
I tell you what, she looks excited, doesn't she?
I'd love the jacuzzi there.
Oh.
Yeah, anyway.
And bear in mind, she's a brand new ship. The prices of this, I think, are incredible.
Fantastic. But again, this is going to the next level. If you love that resort feel, then this is going to accommodate over 5,000 guests.
Is it really?
160,000 tonnes, so one of the most impressive. And when you look at the theatre there, again, there's lots of technologies that are actually used in the cruise industry before they hit the West End. I remember going back many years ago when the second Arcadia, or was it the third Arcadia, set sail, the Vista class Arcadia, and we actually had more technologically advanced trucks and lights than some West End shows. So, yeah, it really is remarkable.
Cruising really is cutting edge now, and some lovely destinations on this one. So we're flying from London to Barcelona.
Yeah, that's your embarkation port.
Yeah.
So first port of call, though, on your holiday is Marseille. This is a beautiful, beautiful town. If you love your naval history, then you'll see a lot of the ships around the old harbour as well. There's African influence, there's French influence here. And, of course, this is your gateway as well if you want to go off to Provence as well. So if you want to go and see some of the lavender fields, my recommendation, lunchtime, just find a lovely little cafe, have some mussels, nice chilled wine, or enjoy some of the great shopping that's there as well. Then we're off to Genoa, and of course this is the home port for MSC as well, so it's going to, I should imagine, his inaugural season, it should be a really, really big day. You've got loads of different areas in Genoa. One is the main streets, which is Via Garibaldi. Then you've got the oldest lighthouse as well, which is in Genoa, which is La Lanterna. I'm not making this up. I'm not making it up. I know. It sounds crazy.
Doesn't it? La Lanterna.
Yeah, and also this is, just to tie it in with our cruise Maritime Columbus deal, which is coming up next, this is the home of Christopher Columbus. And this is where they've got a museum as well. But we'll talk more about Columbus and the ship with Moira in a couple of seconds' time. Then we're off to Naples. You can do as little or as much as you want. If you want to go and do a big excursion day, then you can go to Pompeii, you can go across to Capri, you've got the Amalfi Coast down there, you can do so much, or stay in town. It is a hustle and a bustle. It's just all the little Lambrettas and Vespas just tooting around, great coffee shops. And when I say coffee shops...
Oh, I remember it's strong, isn't it?
Yeah, amazing. And apparently the birthplace of pizza. So, yeah, there you go.
And then, is it Messina next?
Yeah, we're going off to Messina. This is real old Italy. This is a beautiful, this is the old mansions. This is effectively what I call the Godfather country. This is where they shot some of the film as well. So fantastic restaurants, but just make sure you tip the waiter. Also Mount Etna as well, so if you want to do something tour-wise, then you can do that. And bear in mind, you can book tours through Planet Cruise. Save the time before you get on board, and make sure you don't miss out on the popular tours. Then we're off to Malta. Now, Valletta is a beautiful port itself. If you want to do something really historic, then you can go to some of the megalithic stone temples at Gozo, or you can stay in the town. You've got St John's Cathedral and the Order of the Knights there. But for me, I always remember, in fact, it was, again, going back to the old Arcadia, which we're going to be talking about next, is the beautiful harbour. It's just the stone that you've got there. It's this lovely warm colour. Just sit out on the aft end of the ship, have breakfast, make sure you go out there for the sail away. It's just going to be a beautiful setting as you sail away, and then back to Barcelona to disembark.
Yeah, and your flight back to London there as well. Anyone that's cruised regularly, there is nothing more special than being on a brand new ship during her maiden season, and I think you'll agree, so many wonderful new features in this. So it is with MSC. MSC, we're getting some great feedback at the show, actually, on Sunday. Great balcony prices. Well, you can upgrade to a balcony from just £22 per person per night. That's based on the lead date. And actually, if you'd like to maybe add on 2 nights pre-cruise in a wonderful hotel in Barcelona, Planet Cruise can do that from just £99 per person. And, of course, return flights based on London there as well. A deposit only needed tonight. And price-wise, we have got various dates on this one: June, September, October, right the way through to November. And as we saw there, the prices starting at under £650. Great upgrades, though, to the balcony. I mean, if you look at some of the dates there, So the November date, you're only paying an extra £150 to get a wonderful balcony there as well. But we are joined by a lovely lady who I met at the cruise show on Sunday,
Hello.
didn't I? Moira, nice to see you.
Nice to see you again.
And you've just met Justin today, of course?
No. We go way back.
You go way back, don't you?
Yeah,
We
it's
do.
such a small industry.
Yeah.
12 to 15 years
Yeah.
ago,
At
you were
least.
working for a different company.
Absolutely.
Again, it's a small world.
It really
Well, today you've brought us the most amazing deal with Cruises and Maritime,
Yeah,
haven't you?
really exciting. One of my favourite destinations in the Norwegian fjords and on our brand new ship Columbus.
Now, and this is a great ship, really great ship. But before we actually see some pictures, let's just give you a flavour of Cruises and Maritime. Because again, as a company, you're getting great customer feedback and a lot of loyalty now as well, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. So with our customers, we've now got 40% of our customers repeat with us year on year.
And we're just looking at some of the ship video
Yes.
here. So the feeling is very friendly, isn't it?
It is. So we're all about a friendly, intimate, home-from-home type of cruise experience. And that's the ethos across all of our fleet. And we operate small to medium-sized cruise ships. Very traditional. We like to keep that traditional side of cruising alive because that's what our clients are looking for. So many of these big resort ships are now getting very modern and they're losing a lot of those traditions.
And I saw that you actually sell from, is it 16 ports?
16 UK and Irish ports.
Wow, that is
absolutely.
good, isn't it?
So that opens up the country to a
Yeah.
lot of cruisers, which is just fantastic.
And again, getting, some great feedback. A very British company, aren't you? Very British feel.
Yes,
on
very
ships.
British on board. We still have sterling as the currency,
Yes,
which
good.
when you think of the exchange rates at the moment, that makes it great value for money.
Most important thing now, who supplies the coffee?
It's Dow Egbert's coffee.
Oh, done, sorted.
Which is great, and it is really good coffee on board. I can vouch for that. I'm a coffee fan.
A great entertainment.
Great entertainment. We have production shows, and we still have a live orchestra in the theatre, which is great to
That's
see.
a rarity.
It
Isn't
really
it?
is a
Yeah.
rarity nowadays.
I'd find that exciting. I love a live orchestra, but you hardly ever see them
You
now,
don't,
do you?
you really don't. And lots of other great entertainment from guest acts and speakers on board.
And we've got the most amazing prices, we should say, today as well, on your latest ship to the fleet. Wonderful crew, of course, very friendly, I gather.
Incredibly friendly, one of the most friendly and attentive at sea, without any doubt. And because you're on a small ship, it keeps that friendly feel
course.
all the time.
And let's look at some of the drinks now. Nice, nice choice of bars and restaurants.
Very good choice of bars and restaurants. And of course, when you're on board, we have the all-inclusive package as well. So you can get a good deal from your
Wow,
drinks.
so you can upgrade and go all-inclusive.
You can, you can.
But this is your latest ship that you've added to the fleet. We've got some little images, haven't we? So what do you particularly like about the Columbus?
I love about Columbus is she's still a small enough ship to retain that personal experience. However, she's big enough to have a wide choice of facilities.
Yes, about 1,400 passengers.
1,400,
yeah.
that's right. So still that mid-size, still can get into some of the more unusual ports of call, but with that still that friendly feel.
She's got a lovely deck layout as well, because again, for those of you that know Cruises and Maritime, you really do breathe a new lease of life into the classic ships.
Yes.
So, if you do like the smaller ships, and again, for those of you that have travelled on P&O, you'll recognise this as the former Arcadia and Ocean Village, but she has had a multi-million pound refit, and you will not believe these public areas and these restaurants. One I saw, it's such a popular layout, great, open deck spaces, but around the atrium where Raffles is, it's just so well done, so well done.
And I love the brand new modern ships, I really do, but I equally love the traditional ships. They've got a great feel to them, haven't they?
They have. And we've still got things like the Taverners Pub, where you can get beer on draft, you can still get entertainment in lots of
Justin
different
smiling.
venues. He is.
Beer on draft, great. And here's the rooms as well, very
Yes,
smart.
really
aren't they?
good sized cabins as well, very spacious, slightly larger than some of the company average, and that's always been a really key selling point in the ship in her past life. Lots of wardrobe, lots of drawer space, really important, especially when you've got no baggage allowance, so you can take lots of shoes and clothes and handbags and things like that.
That's good for us to know, isn't it?
What, shoes?
Yeah, and handbags.
Very important.
And
Very
handbags.
important.
Oh, good. But she's beautiful. But seriously, it does make a difference for you ladies, doesn't it?
It really does. It's
And
very
us-
important.
And us guys as
Yes,
well.
very important.
But I am a massive fan of the Fjords. I've cruised on them twice. I was at the cruise ship on Sunday. I kept saying to everybody was thinking about it, do it, you've got to do it, because they're even more beautiful than Justin had described and everyone else that we've had on the show. So we're going to talk you through and just show you some of the highlights. But we're cruising out of Tilbury, one of your many ports.
You are indeed.
And don't forget, if Tilbury's not your cup of tea, then there's another 15 other ports that Cruises Maritime sail from.
With different itineraries,
That's
it's
right.
perfect. But yeah, the first port of call on the itinerary is Amsterdam. What a great day out. A fantastic day out. There's so much to do. I mean, you've got all of the traditional, the Delft China. You can go to Anne Frank's museum. There's the Van Gogh Museum as well. There's Rembrandt's house. There's the flower market. Or if you just want to have a little bit of a wander, do a little bit of window shopping and have a cruise on the canal, then it's going to be perfect. It is just such a great place to go and see. And make sure you look out for the multi-storey bicycle car parks. I kid you not.
Seriously?
You know we usually see in the UK, there's like a few bicycles. I mean, you can see it just on the bridge there. They've got multi-storey bike
Everyone
parks.
does cycle, don't they?
It's amazing. After this, you've got a lovely day at sea just to make the most of the ship. And it's, again, make the most of that day and the activities that are on board. Then we're going off to Norway. We're going to Flandern. This is one of the best ports. Yeah. And there's only one thing you've got to do. You've got to do the railway. That's what everybody does, and even if you've done it before, it's breathtaking to do again. And
what will be interesting, at this time of year, it's a great time, because you get all of the long daylight hours in June, the end of June. But as you take the railway higher and higher, it will be, I presume it'll be quite,
It may still be snow
I was going to say, you might even get some snow.
Oh, absolutely.
So you go from, like, lovely, sunshine to maybe even a little bit of snow.
Well, that's where all of the waterfalls is effectively all of the winter snow and ice melting. I will talk about glaciers a little bit later on, but here you got 3,000 feet. There's around 20 different tunnels, and it's just a wonderful 12-mile journey. Really
Honestly,
is.
it's the best journey. Love it, love it, love it.
It is breathtaking.
We're off to Olden next, and this is where I'm going to talk glaciers, because this is one of the best places to go and see a glacier and actually step onto a glacier. I'm not talking Action Man. You're not going to be getting your ice picks up and climbing up the side, but it's just a great experience to go and see, because it is a living, breathing entity. It does crack. It sounds like thunder, and it's moving, and that's the Brixtor Glacier. It really is remarkable. Olden itself, pretty little town. You can wander up into town.
So blue, aren't they?
Yeah, that's just one of the examples there. This is more really what I remember of Olden. It's the type of place that's just got a couple of cafes, one little shop. It's just
so unspoilt and beautiful, isn't it? And the air just feels and smells so good, doesn't
and
it?
so clean
and
and
just remember
fresh.
that everything is so fresh, because what the Norwegians do is literally they will just open up these ports just for the summer.
Yeah.
This is their summer resorts, and then they go back inland for the winter. Then we're off to Andelsnes, and this is a beautiful little fishing village, and this is particularly good if you love seafood. So cod, haddock, herring, just to name a few, really, really good here. You've also got some of the most scenic roads. This is the Trollstigen. Beautiful road there that you just saw, and I mean, just to see that, for me, I'm just thinking apex, fastest line. I'd love to drive it. I'd absolutely. But up here, you've also got the Stigfossen, not the Stig, that's something else. Stigfossen waterfall, and this is one of the highest waterfalls that you'll actually see here. So absolutely breathtaking. We finish off in one of the best Norwegian ports, one of my favourite ports worldwide.
Is it one of yours as well?
Love it. Love Bergen.
It's Bergen. It's just the actual harbour itself. Every week they have a great fish market there.
They do. There's a great ice cream shop as well at the fish market in Bergen, if you haven't tried that.
I've never had fish and ice cream.
It's an interesting combination. It is.
Yeah. But I tell you, if you love walking, you can go up into the hillside. There is a little vernacular railway that you can go up to. There's walking tours up there as well.
Definitely worth doing.
There you go. Or you can go up in the cable car. It really is. It's breathtaking. But Bergen is a town itself. So much to see and do. It really is.
I loved it. I loved the whole. I mean, honestly, one of the best cruises ever. Final day at sea and then back to Tilbury, and what a fantastic price tonight, and that's for 8 nights, isn't it?
It is. It's an absolutely fantastic price, starting at $579 per person.
Well, honestly, that's one of the lowest prices you're going to get for a trip like that. Now, we're going to show this in a second, but 10 lucky viewers who book this deal tonight will receive a Cruise and Maritime branded towel. Justin's going to model that in a few moments' time. It's a better than half price sale tonight. That's why the savings are so good. We've included those in the price on the screen, so it's $579. It's the newest ship, the latest edition. I think she looks spectacular. And Do you know, at the show on Sunday, we had many single ladies and gents, including Pearl, if you're watching, saying, look, you know, single prices, they can be high. You've got a great single price on this one. 959, very good.
Very good.
Yeah,
for
if you
singles.
deposit as well, it's just £150 per person.
That's right.
Now, Justin, you were supposed to strip off and model the towel.
No, the whole idea, you know when you get out of the shower and you do that thing where you put a towel around your head to, you know, doesn't really work with me.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work.
Not sure how I'd look either, but fabulous. The first, I should say, 10 lucky viewers that book this tonight will receive that because there's going to be a draw. So, Laurie, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Amazing deal, and you do seem to be a company that's growing and growing and getting more and more popular.
We really are the fastest growing. In the industry.
Yeah,
which
you
is
can
great.
really see that. So thank you
It's
so
really
much. We'll see you soon.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
And nice view to.
Yeah, great to see you again.
Yeah.
Anyway, we better move on because coming up next, take a deep breath. We have got Thomson Cruises. Looking here, it's 13 nights, and the price starts under £700. What's that per night? I think it works out something ridiculous, like £54. Yeah, thanks, Justin. £54 per person per night. Wow. And that isn't even for an inside, it's for an outside cabin. So sit back, relax, and we'll talk you through Thomson. Now, this is, of course, a chance to cruise on the Thomson celebration. And again, Thomson, they're one of the biggest companies that we have on the show. They always get a massive response. And Justin, the things we hear time and time again, great service, friendly atmosphere, lots of fun, great entertainment, just fabulous value for money.
But I was going to say, you just literally that value for money. And I think sometimes you don't mind paying for something if you get good quality service, but when you pay a low price, you don't expect that much. But with the cruise industry, there's such a high bar that's been set. Thomson do it so well. They keep it simple. So, you know, again, the ships, you've got your spa facilities on board. You've got a great selection of restaurants as well. So you've got the Meridian, you've got the Lido, you've got the Terrace Grill if you fancy eating outside as well. Corala, a speciality restaurant. There are a few bits and pieces which you have supplements if you do want to, but the supplements are so small. And again, Corala, what a great experience. You just got to do it. Great a la carte dining as well on board. I mean, just look at the food. £54 per person per night.
Ridiculous.
For an outside cabin, food included. That's for me, I'm looking at that and going, well, now I can really enjoy not just the shows, but you can have a good bottle of wine or celebrate.
I mean, you just don't tend to get those kind of prices nowadays, particularly when you look at the date, because there's actually, this is a great time to get away. We're not talking about the middle of winter, 18th of September.
Yeah.
You're going to get some great
winter
weather.
sun.
Yeah. Well,
really good winter sun.
I mean, in fact, our the climate that we've had recently in the UK, this comes out of Newcastle, but, September's been beautiful. So you imagine, and then going over to France, Spain, Portugal, it's going to be fabulous. But we do think it'll sell quickly tonight. We really do.
Thomson always does.
They do. Well, we did a takeover show
in
May, and it was one of the biggest ever, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think it was your involvement and mine.
I'd like to
I'm only joking. I tell you what, though, the ports that we're going on this one, absolute cracking itinerary. Really, really good. Leaving Newcastle, so again, for those of you that are up north, not so far to travel, and bear in mind, where we can make things bespoke, so if we can put a night here or a night there, just ask the guys when you book. First port of call, though, is Bruges. What can I say about Bruges? I mean, there's so much to say. First of all, you've got lovely canals, so you've got to go on a boat trip. There's great chocolate shops as well. They've got literally every chocolate.
They honestly have got chocolate, everything and anything, haven't they?
Oh, yeah.
Use your imagination.
Hundreds of breweries as well. So if you love your beers, there's 125 different breweries in the country. So I don't think you're going to be able to sample one from every single one. But also, for those of you who want to do something a little bit more serious, a little bit more historical, then, of course, you've got Flanders Fields. As well, if you want to go to see perhaps some of the cemeteries, go back to the First and the Second World War, then quite symbolic. So plenty to see and do there. Then we're off to Cherbourg in France. Now, again, this big naval station, fortified town. You've got the Mount of St Michael, so one of the biggest attractions. But then on top of that, you've also got the Bay of Tapestry. You've also got a lot of the Second World War history as well, with Operation Overlord, which was on the majority of the beaches. So you've got Omaha Beach here, you've got the American Cemetery. So again, if you do want to see some of the historical sides, or perhaps if you've got friends or relatives that had a link with the Second World War and the American landings, then perfect. So much history. Great to see and do. Then you've got a relaxing day at sea, so just make the most of the ship. And again, great service. That's what I think. You can have the best restaurant, you can have the best hotel, and if it's really shoddy or poor service, it just taints it.
Oh, miserable service.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody says it's like going home. It's like almost the drink that you want is there before you even realise that you want it. It's just brilliant service. Now we're off to Ireland. Great to see Dublin.
Do you know, I've never been to Dublin.
I haven't.
Isn't that shocking?
Well, I tell a lie. I've docked there. I never had the opportunity to get off because I was on import manning.
And when you think there are so many of us that live here, you know, in England, and we've not made it over to Dublin, I know it's bad, isn't it?
1,000 pubs, the Guinness Brewery, Dublin Castle and Trinity College. That's just a few of the things that you can do here. And yeah, you're going to have a crack there, a proper crack. Just wanted to get that in. Now we're off to Cork. And of course, for those of you that know your naval history, and particularly if you're into it, this was the last port that Titanic actually anchored and then went across to New York. So lots of history here with Titanic, but also lots of history with Waterford Crystal. So if you love your crystal, then you can come out with a few little decanter or a few bits and pieces as well. And if you really want to go a little bit further afield, it would be a little bit of a trip and a tour, but you can go to the Blarney Castle and kiss the Blarney Stone as well. So I always wanted to do that.
Yeah,
I don't think I need to. What is it? If you kiss the Blarney Stone, you get the gift of the gab. Perhaps if I kiss it, I'll shut up for 5 minutes. Everybody's having a whip round here. They're all going quick. Yeah, let's do crowdfunding. Let's send Justin to the Blarney Castle. Anyway, now we're off to Ferrol. And this is where the Great Armada set sail for. So we're back over to Spain now. And a really good maritime museum here, and great for tapas in this particular region. Then we're off to Vigo. Vigo, we'll actually focus a little bit on Vigo in a few minutes' time, because it is featuring in the next cruise. Then we're off to Lisbon, Portugal. Oh, I love Lisbon.
Do you know, I only visited Lisbon for the first time a couple of weeks ago on a cruise.
Yeah?
Amazing place.
It's brilliant.
Loved
Did
it.
you dock under the bridge?
Yes. Yeah, there you go.
So this is the 25th of April bridge. It's named after one of the revolutions. And you can't see it from this side, but on the other side, you've actually got a statue of Christ the Redeemer. You think, hang on, I thought it was in Brazil. Well, there's actually a link religiously through the two. So if you do want to go and visit that, you've got to go on a tram. Yeah. Just make sure you get a ticket, because sometimes you can get on and get off. Make sure you get a ticket, or else you'll get in trouble.
I did.
This is the Monument of Discoveries, and you can actually walk. So the ships dock underneath the bridge. You can walk down to the Monument of Discoveries, and then there's another beautiful little castle-like. I always think it looks like a chess piece, and it's called the Torre de Belém. And this is the Belém Tower. It's a beautiful marble structure, and you can walk down there. All of that's free of charge. You can just wander.
Honestly, it is fabulous.
It's great. Then we're off to Portimao. This is one of the best parts of the Algarve. This is just beaches. Beaches, 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 jaw-dropping vistas, and there's some lovely lighthouses here as well. It really is. So, and then finish off, you can't get more classic, Gibraltar. Yeah. Go to the Rock.
That's what I did.
Where did you go? What did you do in Gibraltar?
What do you think?
Did you go up the Rock? Did you see the monkeys?
Yeah, and have the picture taken. You know me.
Did they nick anything?
No, they didn't. They were actually quite well behaved.
I do have to wait. They can be a little bit vicious sometimes. Yeah. Don't feed them. Do not feed them.
If you look at my Facebook page, you'll see me,
with a monkey.
Yeah.
Aye?
And we actually look quite similar. You know, we really did.
I tell you what, though, Gibraltar's good for shopping as well. Just make sure that you know your limits with your duty-free and stuff.
Yeah, I got some very cheap cigarettes from my mum. Sorry, I did.
They're for your own consumption, weren't they?
A gift to her, £2 a packet. Anyway, and then, of course, back to Malaga and your flight back to the UK. Now, honestly, it's an amazing deal. This one will go tonight. Oh, forgot to mention, by the way, as ever, all your tips and service charges are included, so nothing to worry about that. You are going to get an exclusive free upgrade tonight. We work very closely with Thomson, of course, a free upgrade from inside to outside. So, yes, for $699 an outside cabin. Inbound flight to London, Gatwick, Luton, or, of course, Cardiff. But we've also got flights available to Manchester, Doncaster, Newcastle, Glasgow, just for supplement as well. The Manchester one there would only cost you an extra £40 per person. So I think that's a brilliant one, don't you?
Yeah, brilliant. It's the value cruise of the night. If you want something, well, I was going to say last minute, but we've got that coming up next.
We have. Yeah. But I'm delighted to say I'm going to be cruising with Celebrity Cruises this October.
It's not your first, though, is it?
I honestly haven't taken the mickey out of me now, because I do love cruise holidays.
You've run out of fingers.
I have. And toes, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I have.
That many?
I think about 23, 24, yeah.
23 with Celebrity.
Been
But
very
again,
lucky.
that's a
Oh,
testament.
no, cruises in total, but Celebrity the most, yeah.
But
yeah.
that's what. Why do you go back?
No. Well, if you just have a quick word, because I know a lot of you might be thinking about booking this. I'm going to be on the 18th of October. If you want to be part of my group, because there's going to be a private cocktail party, when you book this time, just say I want to be on the Sail with Sean cruise. And just ask the operators. It won't cost you any more, but it just means that you've been in my group and we've got a private cocktail party and you just get to know me a little bit better, that's all. And you'll see how short I am in real life. But honestly, it'd be lovely. And the price, I've got to say, look, Celebrity, this is 5-star modern luxury. I wouldn't be hosting this cruise if I didn't fully believe in them. I know you're going to have a great time. Tonight, the inside starts at 779, which is incredible. Let's just show the ship, because we're talking about, Justin, we were saying earlier, this is a ship that's won many, many awards, hasn't she?
Yeah,
Eclipse.
this one best ship out of the UK.
Yeah.
And you can see why she's got the half-acre of real grass outside, and it is real grass.
I know.
Beautiful.
I never know when they cut it. I've never seen it being cut, but it's always immaculate. But unique spaces. I mean, everything about the Celebrity Eclipse is immaculate. We're talking about 5-star modern luxury at its very, very best. I always come back relaxed, I always come back rejuvenated, but the ships are just elegant, they're beautiful, they're breathtaking. The main dining room is quite spectacular. Huge selection of wines.
Yeah,
I've done my best to try it.
Finest at sea. Yeah.
With some basically their stunning vintages, the most wonderful speciality restaurants as well.
Cuisine, where you've got
yes,
the iPads that you can order.
Yeah.
Popcorn sushi.
And I've got to say, the entertainment, Celebrity have invested a huge amount in brand new shows.
I was going to say, it's all new shows, isn't it? Yeah.
And they are cutting edge. I mean, they're honestly.
For me, that martini ice bar.
Oh, yeah.
I'd have to, dinner jacket on there.
Yeah.
Vodka martini.
Yeah, it's wonderful. That's that's the place where everyone seems to meet up on an evening. So it's absolutely fabulous.
Is that where you're buying the drinks? And also, and another thing that Sean actually said, he was actually going to get up early and put all of the towels out on the sun lounges.
Yeah, thanks, Justin. What I promise to do is, please come up to me, throughout the cruise. If you think there's somebody that looks like Sean, it will be me. You might think they're a bit short and a bit older looking in real life, but it will be me, I promise you. But come up and chat, because that's what that's what it's all about for me.
You'll have the baseball cap, the sunshades.
No, I won't. Honestly, you'll know where I am, I promise you. But
to be fair, that's actually quite you definitely will know.
And we have got some offers tonight. If you go for Ocean View Balcony, you can get the drinks package and loads of extras. We'll tell you about that in a few moments. But this is all about, as it gets dark and dingy and cold in the UK, we're going to get away and have some gorgeous winter sun. So, leaving in Southampton, a couple of days at sea to really explore this beautiful ship, and then we're going to Madeira. And what I'm pleased about is that we're overnight on board in Madeira, because I've only been there for a few hours before.
Have you never been overnight?
No.
Oh, one of the best sailorways. It's so gorgeous. I always say that, the difference between night and day in a port is like night and day. Because it is stunning. A load of little restaurants around the other side of the harbour itself, where you can get some really good quality foods. And again, I know obviously there's so much included on board, but when you've got a place like Madeira, you can go to the botanical gardens, you've got to go to the flower market.
Yeah.
Have you done this wicker basket run yet?
No.
Right.
I might do it for you.
I want a picture. For those of you that have been to Madeira before, you'll know that you can get in this wicker basket and the guys will push you down a hill. It sounds crazy, but it's literally down a slope and you ski all the way down. They push you and it's great fun. Right. You have got to make a pact on live TV now for the Planet Cruise viewers that you're going to get either some... you got to get a photo. You've got to get a photo at the bottom.
Can I fake the photo?
No. If not...
I was thinking botanical gardens for me, things like that. Some nice little bars. No?
No, you've got to do something cultural. You've got to get in a wicker basket and get pushed down.
I'll think about it. Anyway,
Should we head off for some more sun?
Yeah, go on.
Should we go to the Canaries? We'll
Yeah.
go to Tenerife. Tenerife is one of those classic destinations, isn't it? Everybody remembers it growing up, going to Tenerife for their holidays. But I tell you what, there's a completely different side of Tenerife. There's just great beaches, great shopping, and there's so much for so many.
It's a beautiful place, isn't it?
Oh, I mean, for the family, if you want to go to Laura Park, you can go to the Wildlife Park if you love animals. You've got Santa Cruz, which is great for the sort of city-style life. You can go to some of the viewpoints as well, the Orotara Valley. You can go to the vineyards, the banana plantations. There is something for everybody in Tenerife. Then Lanzarote, again, classic destination, but I love the chalk and cheese between the two because Lanzarote looks so... The landscape looks dramatically different. I've got a very good friend. He's my best friend. He's like a brother to me. He's recently just come back from Lanzarote, and he said one of the best places to go is the underground grotto, the Llanos de Agua, which is a Seas Manrique creation. So it was this particular place. It was literally just dumped with loads of junk. And he went in there and just excavated everything out, got all of it out, and turned it into this beautiful paradise. And you will not believe the size. It's like an underground. We say a cave. It's like a cavern. It is massive.
Well, I definitely
I want to go there. You've got to go there.
I'll do that. I'll agree to do that.
So photo with the wicker basket, photo in the Seas Manrique.
I'll definitely do that one. Okay.
And you've got to have a go at some water sports because apparently here it's really good for windsurfing. Then we've got Vigo in Spain.
Yes.
We didn't talk about Vigo earlier on. This is the gateway to Santiago de Compostela, so if you want to do a tour, you can go there, especially for sort of like some of the more religious historical buildings. But if you want to stay around, go to Cascavello, which is the historic centre of Vigo. Great shops, great seafood restaurants as well, and good shopping. Then you've got a final day at sea to track down Sean and get your selfie with him and send it into Planet Cruise, and we'll get you on TV. And then back to Southampton.
Well, I'm going to talk through what's included, then I just want a final word, because there's something really important I need to say about this one as well. So, $779, this is for 10 nights with Celebrity. I mean, that is an incredible price for Celebrity, truly. So it's 5-star modern luxury at its very, very best. But if you upgrade, if you want to go for an ocean view or a balcony, you'll get a free drinks package. You will get up to $300 onboard spend. In fact, you will get $300 onboard spend and half-price gratuity as well. So, really worth thinking about upgrading to an ocean view and above and getting all of those massive extras. The drinks package is worth an awful lot of money, actually. A free upgrade type from ocean view to balcony as well. So, you will get an extra upgrade there. And we've got a great price for a family of 4 as well. If you did want to spend the night before your cruise closer to, of course, your port, we can offer an extra night in the Holiday Inn in Winchester for only £95 per person. Now, the drinks, I did mention that the drinks package is fantastic. I know this drinks package better than any other. And it includes, I really do, specialty teas and coffees and sodas, assorted juices, brilliant selection of beers and spirits and wines, really good ones. And so all of the wide selection of alcoholic beverages in the specialty bars and restaurants as well. And just finally, the prices. Now, the cruise that I'm on is the 18th of October. So if you want to sail with Sean, just mention that as you book, and you'll be part of my group. Won't cost you anything more, but the prices start there at just $779. But if you are going for an ocean view, you will get an upgrade to a balcony as well. And actually some great prices on Aqua Class and even the Sky Suites as well. Just the final thing I wanted to say is that this is the final cruise on the Eclipse out of Southampton. She's actually repositioning after this cruise. So it's the final chance to be on the Eclipse out of Southampton. So it makes it extra, extra special. I'm going to be on board. So I know there's not a huge amount of availability left.
I was just going to say, I don't want to pull your leg, but it is very, very limited.
No, we heard that earlier.
Cruise,
yes.
So just please do make sure that you book up early to avoid disappointment.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Thank you, Justin. So, I look forward to seeing you on the 18th of October. You'd be like, is that really Sean?
And make sure he comes back with a wicker basket photo.
Anyway, what's next, Justin?
Last minute deal. If you fancy getting away in August this year, then we've got a great deal with Royal Caribbean, and this particular deal, let's just say £85 per person per night. Great itinerary, and Royal Caribbean, great brand.
Do you know, sorry, just when you look at the date, you're right, the 20th of August, that's like,
Yep.
the date that everyone complains about is August, prices are sky high, not on this one.
But this is a Planet Cruise exclusive. You're not going to find this price anywhere else. So, you know, if
really
you really
good.
are looking for a deal, this is the last-minute deal of the night.
So, let's give you a little taster. This is actually one of my favourite ships of all time, the Independence of the Seas. The video we're showing you is the Freedom, but...
I was just going to say, this is one actual ship that I've not been on, but the Flow
You've not been on
Rider
the
looks
Independence?
fantastic. I'd love to have a go on the Flow Rider.
Oh,
I mean, I'd
useless.
literally, my
You'd be
face
good.
would be planted in the pool straight away. The climbing, that, amazing. Again, it's Royal Caribbean sort of signature. You know, it's great for the kids, great for families as well. But then you have got the elegance that every cruise line you expect. Fantastic food. Oh, look at that. Glass of red wine, lovely little steak. Great shows as well. And certainly for the price that you're paying here at that time of the season, with this brand as well, is absolutely remarkable.
And one thing I'm going to definitely say is you could never, ever, ever be bored with Royal Caribbean, could you? I mean, you never sit there and go, oh, there's nothing to do today.
Yeah. I think, look, you know, cruises, there's something for everybody. I think this, if you're a really active person and you don't like sitting around, you know, you get fidgety after a few minutes, go on this one.
Yeah.
It's just great fun.
Well, and I'm looking, you're going to get some fantastic weather, I'd have thought, as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 20th of August. And it's this year. I know Justin's been asking to have some last-minute deals on the show. It's been one of your things, hasn't it?
Keep on
this
pushing.
is, well, you've done it. This is last minute, and it's an amazing deal. So we're actually cruising out of Southampton, a couple of days at sea to explore the ship, start doing some of those great activities, if you wish. And we're going over to Malaga, aren't we?
Oh, just fantastic. What do you want to do? For me, I go shopping and I just enjoy tapas. Just go sangria, tapas, or you can go to the Picasso Museum as well. There's over 200 different masterpieces there. Another day at sea, and then you're into Cannes. Well, what can I say about Cannes? Film festival, red carpet. It's not at that time of the year, admittedly, but that's the flavour that you do get from Cannes. Be prepared, it will be slightly more expensive, but boy, what an experience to be on the south of France, the Côte d'Azur, and just, I'd love to be just led there. I'd have the most expensive sunglasses and the most expensive sandals and just think that I was a celebrity, that I was on TV.
But you are.
Tuesday night.
You are. You're a
Anyway,
massive celebrity, Justin. Huge.
Oh, yeah, huge.
Don't mean that.
Yeah. Anyway, Barcelona. One of my favourite ports, this.
Same here.
I love it. Go out to Ramblas. It's like Portobello Road. You can buy anything and everything on Ramblas. You've got this fantastic... In fact, the beaches, it was only since the Olympics back in '92 that the beaches were introduced. Football fans go to the new camp, go to Sagrada Familia as well, they haven't finished it. And you've got plenty of Gaudi buildings as well. Nice little link here as well, that the next port of call, which is Palma, it's got its own La Ramblas, which is like a miniature version, and I believe the actual cathedral that dominates the waterfront in Palma, I believe that's a Gaudi building as well. So there we go. Lovely little marinas. If you actually got the west coast, I don't know why, I just keep on wanting to say Dolphin Marina. Up the west coast is this lovely marina. They've got some really expensive restaurants, some nice little cafes, but it's a place to go and people watch. You know, when you want to go down and go, who's going to get on that yacht? Oh, there's a Ferrari. Oh, there's a McLaren. Yeah, just really nice, just to sort of peer over the top of your sunglasses. Anyway, from there, we've got a lovely day at sea, and then we're into Cadiz, which is the port for Seville. Now, this is Andalusia. So you've got all the wonderful, you've got the sherry bodegas, you've got the Andalusian School of Equestrian Arts as well, so if you want to do something, or just get lost in the town. It is a beautiful, really old town. The Alcazar Fortress, absolutely stunning, lots of Moorish influences. The piazzas that you got there, really Gothic as well. Then we're off to Lisbon. We spoke about Lisbon earlier on, so we'll move on then to Vigo. Now, Vigo, again, Cascavello, I mentioned this just briefly earlier on. You've got to go to the old town of Vigo. Little cobbled streets, lovely little churches, and the fish markets that they have these slabs of concrete that stay cold all day, and they have all of their fresh seafood that they've caught that morning. It's absolutely stunning. Finishes up with a nice relaxing day at sea and then back to Southampton.
It's a brilliant deal. It's an exclusive, you're saying, Justin.
This is exclusive. You're not going to find this price anywhere else but Planet Cruise.
And there are some extras that you will get as well. So, first of all, as we mentioned, we have got an exclusive on this, and you will get free port parking on balcony and above. Now, bear in mind it's almost a 2-week cruise, then to get that as well, I think it's brilliant. It's a last-minute special deal, and you will also have the chance of staying the night before in the Holiday Inn in Winchester for only £95 per person. That includes breakfast, parking, and port transfers.
I've got to say,
well.
that is amazing value. Amazing value for that one night. You know, great quality hotel, and it just saves so much hassle, especially for those of you travelling from up north. If you're travelling down to Southampton, it makes the difference.
You know, every time I drive nowadays, long journeys, I'm always stressed because you just never know. Do you? I mean, I see my mum every few weeks. It's normally 2 hours to York, and it took me 6 a few weeks ago. I mean, there's been an accident, but 6. Yeah. I know. Yeah. So anyway, it just makes it less stressful, doesn't it?
I didn't realise your mum was up in York.
Yeah.
Well, up the Shambles.
Near the Shambles.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Anyway, our final cruise. I mean, it's a trip of a lifetime, and it's with Viking River Cruises. Now, am I right in saying, Justin, the price on this goes up on Friday?
Yeah, this is your last chance to book effectively before the end of the month, before the price goes up. And one of the reasons why we've actually got this on, it did very, very well a few weeks ago. It's very popular. So this is another opportunity before the prices go up. Now, I do have to point out that if you look at the price that's on the screen, you go, well, that's a little bit more expensive than some of the value deals that we've been having. There's a reason for that, because this is a once in a lifetime. This is an opportunity to go to China. An incredible part of the world, but this is to go to the Great Wall of China. There's an opportunity here if you want to extend your cruise as well. You can go and see the pandas as well. You get to see the Terracotta Army, Tiananmen Square, and 11 excursions are all included with this. This is what Viking do. All the excursions are included. You get headsets that are all in English, so you can go around all of the different sites. Also complimentary Wi-Fi, complimentary beers and wines at your meals, specialty teas, coffees, bottled water, and some of the hotels that you're going to be staying. So you've got 2-night stays in Beijing, you've got stays in Shanghai as well. They are some of the best hotels. That in itself is an experience, but I'll tell you more about that in a second.
I mean, this is really top end, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd love this.
So my trouble presenting this show every week, you just want to book something, don't you? Anyway, it's
first world problem.
Anyway, let's give you an idea then, because in the middle of this 14-night adventure, you have got a fantastic 6-night river cruise, haven't you?
Yes, and this particular with this, the actual river cruise, the ship itself is designed for the actual rivers and the tributaries that it's going to be on. So it is absolutely stunning. Now, the Emerald itself, a lovely cruise ship, and again, it just reflects that sense of wealth. It does have, the majority of these ships do have onboard tailors that you can have garments made whilst you're on board. But again, for those of you that don't like the massive sprawling ships, the resort ships as I call them, we're only talking a few hundred passengers on board. Again, you've got lots of local cuisine, but they do cater for all different tastes. And indeed, I'd call this a cultural experience, because on board you will have different things like Chinese writing and the calligraphy style. Can't remember the correct name now. But again, you'll get a chance to experience that. So you know,
again, very, very high standards with Viking as ever. Though you're looking at the ship, there she's beautiful, isn't she?
She's absolutely stunning. But it's where you go, and there's so much included. Again, 11 excursions included. All of that's in there already, and 3 of them are UNESCO World Heritage Sites.
And we should say, if you're not familiar with Planet Cruise, I mean, you know, the biggest independent cruise agency in the UK, but what they're really good at, as well as giving you great value on cruises, is putting together bespoke packages, including hotels and transfers.
And especially with this one, I don't think we mention this that often, look, I'm just going to give you a very, very brief overview. If this sounds awesome, which it is, you know, phone up the guys and talk it through. And then you understand. You know, sometimes, you know, we have to make a big decision quickly. This is just a little bit of a taster. Give the guys a call and they'll talk you through it step by step.
Well, we better give you a little tease then. So we're flying from London to Shanghai, and we're actually staying in a fabulous hotel for 2 nights here, aren't we?
2 nights. And just to give you an idea of the sort of hotels that we usually book where available, it's hotels like the Westin, Four Seasons, Ritz-Carlton, Sheraton or Marriott. That's whilst there's availability. If not, it will be a hotel of the same sort of standard. But you'll get to see old Shanghai. So you'll go along the Bund, you'll see the wonderful commercial district. But you also then tour the Shanghai Museum, so you get to see ceramics, bronzes, calligraphy, paintings, and then you'll also go to see one of the beautiful gardens. It dates back to the Ming Dynasty. And in the evening, you actually get a evening performance of the Shanghai Acrobatic Troupe. Which is one of the best I mean, if you've seen what these guys do, it puts Spider-Man to shame, shall we say. But then you're actually going to be transferring to an airport. By the way, all of the transfers, everything's included, it's all arranged. And then you're going to fly to Wuhan. Now, Wuhan, you're going to have a great opportunity to see one of the museums. And one of the museums here actually houses a fantastic set of chiming bells. Now, when I say chiming bells, you think, really? There's one of them here that weighs 5,525 pounds. And they actually put a performance in. So you get that, 65 different tones in there, so you get the opportunity to see that. Then we're off to Jinsao. The actual morning here, you get a chance to go to one of the local schools which Viking Cruises actually invest in. So it's a nice little story that Viking do invest in the local area. Then we're off to 3 days where you've got, well, incredible. This is the best part for me. Three Gorges Dam. This is a project which, if you like the Panama Canal, you'll love this because you get a chance to disembark, short drive, and get to see the dam itself. And this actually controls all of the floodwater across the Yangtze River. So it's also the largest hydroelectric power. I was going to say hydraulic then. Hydroelectric power station in the world. Then you go into the lesser Three Gorges. Now, the lesser Three Gorges here, you've got the Witches Gorge, or the Wu Gorge. You've also got the Kutang Gorge, and you've also got this incredible final gorge. You actually go along in a little sampan, and there's some of the civilization that date back thousands of years. There's the Bar people, and they've actually carved these doorways where they used to bury their family. And you get to see all this, you get to see wonderful walkways. I'd say that this is some of the most stunning. And the actual final part is actually called the Goddess Stream. So, yeah, hopefully that will live up to expectation. Then we're off to I was going to say Shibazai. Yes, sorry. I went to say it, I was like, no, it's not right. Shibazai. The Shibazai temple that you've got here is a pavilion. It's actually 12 stories, built back in 1650. And the legend has it that the higher you climb, the luckier you are. And there's also this milling, there's this wonderful stone milling wheel up at the top. And there's a legend that there was a monk, and it used to flow through water. They used to say the amount of water that flowed through there, it was the rice that you used to actually get from the yields. And this monk, he ended up trying to chisel away to get more water and get more rice. What happened? It stopped. So go and see that there. Now we're off to Chongqing and Xi'an.
And this is where we disembark,
yeah, but this is where you get off, and this is where you go to one of the most incredible sites. I've always wanted to go to Egypt to see the Great Pyramids, but this is Terracotta Army. Yeah. I mean, this has got to be on a bucket list. This has got to be a once in a lifetime. And you don't just get to see this, you get to experience it as well. There's actually an opportunity where you get to have a meal accompanied by local dance troupes. It just is superb. You'll also get a chance to ride a traditional rickshaw. All of this is included as well. Then you're going to be transferring to Beijing, and this is where you have a 3-night stay. Again, the hotel standard that you're going to be getting is superb. Ask the guys to talk you through it and talk you through the hotels that you get, and you'll realise the value. And
then a final couple of days of leisure in Beijing, we should say, and then your flight back. Very quickly say, do ring us to find out more about this one, because it's an amazing adventure. And the call centre open till 11 o'clock, of course, as well. But you are saving up to £1,000. Now, we do urge you, you've got to book this before Friday, because the prices are going to rapidly rise on after Friday. It's a Planet Cruise exclusive, don't forget. And you've got all of those wonderful hotel stays, really top hotels, from the highest and best hotels, I would say, in the world. Drinks are included on board the cruise. Loads there, so only drinks up to $15, premium wine pairing, so they are all included in, of course, the cruise as well. And prices there, we're getting sellouts on this one, but we have got prices there throughout dates March through to November as well. But do ring tonight or by Friday at the very latest. Now that just leaves us a couple of minutes to recap everything that we have seen tonight. We start off with MSC, brand new ship, so it's going to be her maiden season on board, and she looks stunning, didn't she? On board the fantastic, of course, Seaview, brand new, and the price starting at just $649 tonight. We then had our lovely Moira, who joined us from Cruises Maritime, their latest acquisition, the Columbus. Great ship and a great price, $579 on that one as well. And it's their latest ship. We mentioned the single price there, $959 as well. Then we had Thomson. This one, well, it worked out £54 per person per night. Amazing value. And we also get great feedback. Thomson, yeah, every time we feature them, we get massive amount of that book, and we get great feedback. $699, that is for an outside. We've got an exclusive there where you'll get a free upgrade from inside to outside. Now, I'd love to see you on the cruise that I'm going to be hosting, and if you do want to be part of my group, so it won't cost you any more, but just say that you want to sail with Sean. And we've got a price here, don't we? It sounds great, sail with Sean.
Share a cabin.
No, you can't share a cabin. But I'll sit and have a drink with you. $779 is the lead price. That is incredible for Celebrity. Winter sun, we're going to be getting away in October. But most of you that have booked this, and there's a very limited availability now, have gone for the upgrade. So if you go for an ocean view, you'll get a balcony, and you get a free drinks package, you get $300 on board to spend, and half-price gratuity as well. So I think now everyone that's booked has been booking a balcony so far.
That's a really good deal. It's just a shame you're on there.
It's a big ship. It's a big ship. You don't have to do it, mate.
I'm joking.
Now, Royal Caribbean were next, and just in this one was great, wasn't it?
This is just absolutely perfect. Great itinerary. And again, for Royal Caribbean, last-minute deal, 20th of August.
Amazing.
This year, it's the last-minute deal of the show.
Yeah, and I know Justin has been pushing for those, so he's got it tonight for you. And then finally, the trip of a lifetime. Wonderful hotels, wonderful land stays, but that absolutely exquisite river cruise in the middle on that one.
Yes,
really
and again,
nice
we didn't get a chance to say about the Great Wall of China, Tiananmen Square, and the opportunity you can book as well as an extra to go and see the pandas. But I urge you, phone up the guys if that tickles your fancy. Phone up the guys tonight or tomorrow and just ask them to talk you through it. It's a once-in-a-lifetime trip.
Price is going up on Friday. And don't forget, we can actually find you any cruise with any company, any destination, any time of the year, just by going on our website, Planet Cruise. So, yes, we honestly can make your dreams come true when it comes to cruising and, of course, holidays. Justin, great to see you. Are you with us next week?
I'm back again next week. And yeah, we're celebrating the 4th of July in style.
Oh, yeah, we are, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yes. Listen, it's been lovely. And a big thank you to everyone that I met on Sunday as well. And all of our regulars, you really missed Justin. So,
I'll get an invite next time. I'll come down.
Will. But we will be back on the sofa with Planet Cruise next Tuesday at 8. Take care.
Thank you, Sean.